Hello guys, and welcome at Test and Review again. Today I wanted to share some personal feedback about one vehicle that I've been using for the last couple of months. That's the Opel/Vauxhall Insignia. That is the facelift model, and I've been planning to give you my personal consumer review for this car. Wanted to share my feedback, and since I'm keen on cars and stuff like that, I like to share information about my vehicles and other cars as well. So that's the Opel Insignia facelift model 2016. Those who are interested in Opel probably remember that this car was released in 2009, and to be honest, when I first saw it, I knew I'm gonna buy one day. It took me some time, but that is the car that I'm driving today. I'm not sure for how long, but it's a pretty good ride. So as I mentioned, I want to share my impressions, but before I proceed, let me just kindly ask you to subscribe to my channel for more interesting product reviews and car videos. As I mentioned, when I first saw this car back in 2009, I was almost in love with this vehicle, with the design, and the facelift is even better. Back then, the only competition that I saw for it was the Citroen C5, which also looked stunning, but I've always preferred the Insignia because it has a stylish design and I like the car a lot. So since then, there was a major facelift in 2013 by the end, I believe, 2014. It was a very serious facelift, interior, exterior. Now let's go check the interior, which was significantly changed after the update. As you can see, you have a bigger screen, which is also a touch screen. See, and together with the Android Auto option, this car has one of the best infotainment systems back in the days, and today as well. I have no issues whatsoever pairing my phone via Bluetooth and listening to music through YouTube and Spotify, and also Android Auto is connected through a cable right here. As you can see, just plug it in your phone and you will have the option to use Google Maps and few other applications from your smartphone. Another very nice extra for the facelift is the digital cockpit. As you can see here, we have a digital cockpit, which is a very nice addition to the many extras that the Insignia received after the major facelift in 2014, and I'm pretty happy with the package that I got for this model. This is the 1.6 CDTI, 136 horsepower and 300 and something Newton meters pound-feet of thrust, and it's pretty punchy for such a small engine and a heavy car. It's about 1.5 tons, and as you can see, this is the automatic. It's a 6-speed automatic gearbox. It is fine. It's not the quickest, it's not the most responsive, but it is fine. 6-speed auto, and I hope it is reliable as well, since it's not a dual clutch or anything complicated. I hope no issues with the gearbox. I've read reviews and it looks like it's one of the more stable gearboxes for this particular model. Other than that, you can get this with manual as well, 6-speed manual, and 170 horsepower. It's a 2-liter diesel, gets a 7-speed automatic. Of course, you can get this car with gasoline engines as well, including 1.6 turbo, 1.4 turbo, 2-liter turbo with different variations, 220, 260, and for the GSI model, depending if it's a pre or after facelift, it has different horsepower as well. And the interesting thing here is that after the facelift, the GSI model gets less horsepower, it's tuned down a bit. Another very interesting feature for the facelift is the climate control. Thank you, Opel, for including buttons for the most important functions on the climate control. So I have quick access to these buttons and can adjust anything easily, not go through menus like many new cars, which is just awful and takes a lot of time, especially if you're driving, you're taking your attention from the road. It's not a good thing at all. And yeah, I like these climate controls here. They're pretty stylish. Generally speaking, one of the more stylish cars in the segment. As you can see, you have leather on the door, aluminum applications, pretty stylish. I like the dashboard and the cockpit quite a lot. And the seats, I wouldn't rate them very high. They have lumbar support. This is the upper package. It's not full leather, but still these are not the base seats. Still, I believe they're a bit firm and a bit small. So when I took a look at the new generation Insignia, I think that Opel took a note and improved the seats themselves. So one of the drawbacks that I would point out here are the seats, which for longer trips are not as comfortable. I've previously owned the Vectra, which is the previous model of the Insignia, actually 3 generations of Vectra, and to be honest, they had better seats even without electronic adjustments and manual lumbar support and stuff like that. They were more comfortable. Other than that, the interior is pretty good. As you can see here, you have the OnStar technology, which is no longer offered with new Opel and Vauxhall models, since this is a system owned by General Motors, and now Opel and Vauxhall are part of Stellantis, together with Peugeot, Citroën, and many other brands. Whether that's a good or bad thing, I will leave it up to you. You can share in the comments. I will be happy to hear your opinion. Me personally, I don't like these huge mergers. I believe that some makes and models will lose their identity, and they won't be as unique as they were before, but that is the future today. Now let's turn on the engine and hear how does this 1.6 CDTI engine sounds. But we will need to go to on the other side, push the brake and give it a start. Now 1 foot on the brake and turn the key. We don't have a push start on this vehicle. As you can see, a lot of useful information on the infotainment screen. I like it a lot. You have navigation info, speed, board computer and stuff like that. You have the multifunctional steering wheel, automatic headlights here, mirror adjustment, and the nice trim and applications for this particular model. And now let's go and check the engine. The car is pretty dirty today, but that's an honest and probably kind of comprehensive review, real world review of this Opel. Now this is the 1.6 engine, 136 horsepower, and it's pretty punchy. I could easily say this is a highway cruiser. At 140 kilometers the car is very settled and I wouldn't say economical, but it's pretty good. On the board computer it gives me average of 5.6 liters per 100 kilometers, but real world I would say it's more like 6.5 or something like that. If you push it harder, probably up to 7 liters of diesel. And of course it depends on the wheels. Here we have the winter tires with the 17-inch wheels. For the summer I have the 18-inch wheels, which look much better but give you a harsh ride. With the 17-inch it's more comfortable, a bit more settled through the potholes. And one of the issues I had with this particular car is with the headlight. There was some water inside, so the car was still in warranty, so they changed the headlight under warranty, and from what I learned this was kind of a common issue for this model. Other than that, lights are pretty good. These are not the adaptive xenon lights, but still you can get them with turning headlights, with LEDs, with adaptive xenon for this model. A lot of options and customizations on the Insignia. And here's the engine compartment. I recently also changed the battery. Please note that this car requires a lot of electricity, not only because it's a diesel engine, a lot of electronics for the infotainment system, a lot of screens, so please make sure you have adequate battery, because before I was aware that my battery is down, a lot of systems weren't working normally, so I had some anomalies going on with the car. So please make sure for this car you have powerful battery in good condition, so you won't have any problems at all. Now let's check the trunk and see the luggage compartment. It's pretty big. One of the other advantages for this car here is what you have. So a lot of luggage. I've hit over 20,000 kilometers with this car in the last couple of months, and I appreciate that it's a hatchback, because I can take a lot of things, like 2 bicycles when I drop the rear seats down, so pretty good. And one element of the Insignia facelift I really love are the back lights, the stop, which look amazing. Here it is, Insignia, chrome trim, and 1.6 CDTI. There's a 2-liter CDTI, 170 horsepower, but this 1.6 is good enough. Now let's take a look from the side. It's a silver metallic, pretty good color for this vehicle. And yeah, that's my honest opinion about the Insignia. I'd like to hear your comments about this vehicle. If you have one, or if you intend to buy one, I would like to share more with you if you have any questions. And of course, I would kindly ask you to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button. This will help a lot and I will highly appreciate it. So I would resume and upload more interesting videos for you guys. If you need more info, like technical specs, Check the link in the description below from testproductreview.com, where I will share more info and technical data and photos about this car and about Opel Insignia in general. Thank you guys for visiting, and see you later.